Hello, art students. Today we are going to be creating our national bird, the bald eagle. It's also pretty cool that this bird is right here in our state of Minnesota. All right, let's begin. We're going to start by drawing in some gestural shapes. After we draw in those gestural shapes, then we're going to start adding in some contour lines so that it starts to take shape. Let's get right into it. Remember that when you're doing your gestural drawing, that you draw very lightly with your pencil. Do not draw too hard, because if you do, and then when you go to try to erase, you might still see your ghost lines, and you don't want that to happen, so draw very lightly. Here we go. We're going to draw. We want it to be kind of centered. This is going to be a bald eagle that is kind of, I guess the wings are spread out, and then the bald eagle's going down to get probably a fish out of the water. Okay, so this will be kind of like the main body. Tail feathers are kind of going to be down here. They kind of fan out in this area. We got a little bit of the arm and the wingspan coming up here. So we'll put in shape up there. We got another arm coming out this direction. And a little bit here. Okay, cool. All right, so I got kind of a good shape of, let's actually put in maybe a couple of legs right here. Legs will kind of go somewhere in here like so. This general area. Claws coming out right there maybe. Cool. So head, body, tail, arms / wings. That'll kind of fan out. Wings will come right here. Sharp claws down here. Tail feathers will kind of fan out down over here. Cool. All right, so that's kind of our plan for where things are going to be placed. So let's get right in there and let's start doing this. Let's start with the head. We're going to start right about here. And we're going to come up like so. And the bald eagle's head is kind of narrow. This is where the beak is going to start. Okay. Now at the back part of the head, there's going to be like, this is where the white meets up against the brown. And you kind of want the texture to look nice and feathery. So I'm just kind of creating a feathery texture. Just like that. There, okay. Let's do, so right here is kind of like the upper part of the beak. If we slide down just a little bit right about here, we're gonna draw the kind of the eyebrow region, I guess you would call it. We're gonna go like this, draw a line that comes all the way back to about right there. And right about here, we're gonna draw the eye. So the eye is kind of like a oval shape that meets up against this eyebrow, a ridge there. There's a little black line, almost like a cat eye. Comes in like this. This is really dark right here on the eye, like that. Okay. And And then we'll make this a little bit darker over here as well. Just like so. Okay. Kind of gets a little bit of like a triangle-y kind of effect right here. So I'm just lightly shading that in and kind of filling that in. Just like that. Okay, cool. So now, if we continue here, let's do the beak right here at this tip. We're gonna make a very sharp, see, it actually has an angle. It's a little bit sharper than that. We're gonna sharp way down. See, I'm gonna erase that now. That looks pretty good. And then their upper beak is a little bit longer with a sharp edge to it. And that helps them dig, I'm sure, when they're eating a little bit into their food, whatever they capture. Okay, and then we're gonna ride this right along. It kind of lines up with the bottom of the eye a little bit, so we're gonna go like this. And then the bottom of the beak comes up right about here, and we're gonna come right along here. And I think we're going to extend this in. I'm going to erase and make some adjustments here. Okay, and now we're gonna take this, we're gonna go in there and extend this part in right about here. Just like that. They have a notable nostril in their beak, right about there. Just a tiny little oval shape. Okay, there's some shading. We'll get to that, I guess, in a little bit. Let's continue here. We're gonna come down here now and do the chest. And their chest is actually pretty shallow and short. It's not a huge chest like what you might imagine an owl to have. In comparison to an owl, it's a very shallow chest. Not much of a chest at all, but they do have very long stretching legs. So we're going to, right about there, we're going to start creating our legs. Right about there. Okay, and the legs are kind of wide. So we're gonna go right here. Gonna come around. Come back down. Okay. And our other part of our leg is gonna probably come right about over here. Okay. Now, underneath this part right here, there's some body that you see from behind and underneath. So we can go ahead and just shade that all in pretty dark, like this. Not pushing too hard because I might want to make adjustments later. Okay. From over here, we're gonna go around a little bit. I'm gonna create this weird, almost feathery, distorted area where the butt, I guess I would call it the butt of the eagle, is before it starts turning into its tail feathers. Okay. Gonna come up right up here and right up here. There we go. Okay. Let's So we have like the body, we have like the beginning of the legs. We're not going to do the claws quite yet. We have like the back part of the body. Okay, it's looking good so far. Let's do the upper back and like this wingspan. Let's kind of work up in there now. Let's do that in the next video. I'll see you there. Good job so far.